Alright guys, I'm back. This is your boy Kinetic. So I fixed it to the best I could. My intention originally was that I was going to fix everything. I was going to force win and loss, the same record, up to the Western Michigan game. Unfortunately, it didn't work out like that because in this case I was replacing the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders instead of replacing the Bowling Green Falcons. Just because Nashville's closer to MTSU, it's going to be closer in its grades and in its proximity to home for guys and stuff like that than Kentucky. Because I don't think the game actually takes into account like where in a state. It just takes into account the state. So like Bowling Green is literally right over the state line into Kentucky, in the sense that it's as close, if not closer, to Nashville than Murfreesboro, which is where MTSU is. But to the game, it's Kentucky versus Tennessee. So Bowling Green has a bunch of pipelines and proximity to home grades for Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Ohio. Tennessee would have better proximity to home grades for Florida, Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Georgia, those kind. And I just felt it fits a Nashville school better to have the Tennessee pipelines. So it just makes more sense. But because MTSU is in Conference USA instead of the MAC, and I wanted to be in the MAC, I had to then not only replace Middle Tennessee, but swap my team with one of the teams from the MAC. So when I did that, it changed completely my schedule from the one that I had been playing previously when I had replaced Bowling Green. It put, for example, Western Michigan, which was my Week 9 game, Week 11 game, at the beginning of the season, Week 2 or 3. So all I did was just straight up sim it. I didn't play any games. I didn't force win any games. I didn't force lose any games. I got back to the 9 games played point, and that's where we are now. And as you can see, I do have my record is 5-4, where before it was 3-6. It just is what it is. I'm not going to worry over 2 wins over Eastern Michigan and whoever else it was. I don't know. So we're going to pick it up here. Now, of course, the recruiting board is different because I had to start a new dynasty effectively. So the recruiting board is different. Unfortunately, we had a pretty killer start to recruiting on the last one, but this is what we got right now. So we've gotten 6 total commits so far. I've got a quarterback again, Darryl Ramsey, scrambler out of Birmingham, Alabama. He is a gem. Hidden gem. He's 5'11", 207. So a little shorter than the last guy. Not a field general. This guy's a scrambler. But he's a gem. So we'll work with that. I've got one wide receiver, Glenn McCluster, out of Alcoa, Tennessee. A deep threat, 6 foot, 192. I got my punter again. I had my first instant commit at the start of the season was Keenan Izzian, defensive tackle, speed rusher out of Memphis, 6'2", 288. And then I've got a commit from David Cole out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He's projected as an elusive back, 5'9", 198. We'll see what he grades out as in the offseason. And then my most recent commit I got this last week was Bobby Hester, also out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Speed rusher, defensive end, 6'1", 270, and a hidden gem. The rest of our board, you can see how it looks. Kind of a little bit more sporadic than the one from last time was. But, you know, it is what it is. We're going through it. So yeah. So I've got the recruiting board set up. Just going to double check the ones that I've got some time invested in, making sure that we're in the right spot for them. Durant, we got the pitch going, that's right, with Jamari and Pan. We're fighting with Akron Zips over him. And we're going to hold the course there. We're close to a commit with J.C. Smith. Troy is trying to make a play for him. We've got the pitch that we're going with, so we're just kind of holding the course there, hoping we win out. A couple of these other guys I've only got 5 on because we're the only team that's currently pushing for them. George Stocks, we're working against Memphis for him. He's out of Brentwood, Tennessee. We're slightly closer in proximity to home, but not by much. And I don't have the full 50 hours to go after him. I'm trying to do a sway here. I did get the sway, it looks like, for team player, so let me replace that with the hard sell for team player. Alright. And then we've got the remaining hours on Morgan Ivy, trying to stay ahead of Marshall and Wake Forest for them. I've already lost one recruit to Marshall, so hopefully we can stay ahead of them for this guy. Alright, so picking up where we left off, let's simulate and see if we win or lose over the UTEP Miners. Funny enough, UTEP Miners, at a suggestion from someone on my Discord, I almost ran this Dynasty with UTEP Miners until I decided to go look and see if there was anything interesting in the community creations for Team Builder, and found the Nashville Vipers. Alright, so cornerback Noah Collins Jr. got Defensive Player of the Week for the MAC with 2 interceptions and 7 tackles. Something else I did here, and I don't know if this is the cause of us having a better record. We've got 6 wins, whereas in the last one we only had 3 at this point. Is that I figuring that I was going to have a bad year because I'm a 69 overall team. I actually started juniors and sophomores over seniors wherever I could, just thinking, let me get them more game time for the next year, right? I don't know if that's having an effect, but we're 6-4 instead of being 3-6, and like we were in the last one. So, all right, we got some coach points. Let's go ahead and spend them. Alright, let's check our recruiting board. Alright, so we got a commit from Ezekiel Durant. One thing I've noticed, I don't know if it's from the update that came out today, or if it was, I think it may have been after the last update too, but they didn't fix it with the update today. But sometimes it shows me the little pop-up, you know, when I get commits, and then it shows the little screen showing the phase shift for any of the recruits, but it doesn't do that now every time. It seems to be a little random. Sometimes it shows it and sometimes it doesn't, where it used to show all the time. I hope that they fix that. But we got a commitment from Ezekiel Durant, strong safety out of Boiling Spring, South Carolina, a hybrid tendency, 5'11", 190, should be a good addition to the team. I like the hybrid safeties because they can play corner, they can play free safety, they can play strong safety. Really doesn't matter. They can even be moved out down to linebacker if you like the pass coverage archetype, which I do. So, all right, we lost out on Quincy Armstrong. I'm going to go ahead and remove him. All right, let's take a look again. So we've got Ronnie Burton cut to top 5, and we're leading on him unopposed still. So I'm just going to leave the 5 on him. Jamie Malvo, vertical threat tight end. We got Miami of Ohio trying to make a push, but I think we're too far ahead to lose out on him. So there's not anything else I can do on him, so we're just going to wait him out. Hashim Noriega, we are leading unopposed, so we're going to leave that there. Jamarian Pan, we're going against Akron here. Let's look at... I keep hitting that button without going into the recruit. Sorry. Coach's favorite, we got the pitch going, got all the maximum hours spent, so there's nothing else to do there. We're very close to getting a commit from J.C. Smith. I could take some time off of him. I'll take the 25 off of him. I'll leave this pitch on. Alright, Jelani Westbrooks, close to cutting the top 5. We're still unopposed. Kevin Floyd, still running unopposed. George Stocks, we gained a lot of influence this last week. Let's try to close them out. Let's add some hours and try to close them out. Alright, Morgan Ivy, we're still barely ahead. So let's see if we can increase our lead here. So let's add a visit for the whole week of Hawaii. We'll set a coach prestige here. But we're actually going to try to sway, because you can see that we do not have great pitches for him right now. Our brand exposure and championship contender grade is not great, of course. So what do we have that we can try to sway him on? Here we've got an A minus, a B, and a C minus. Same thing here. We want to make sure that we include playing time and or proximity to home. So I mean, we could go with the, yeah, I think this is the call right here. Time to get to work. So we're going to try to sway him on that. And because the pitch is so bad with 2 Ds, I'm just going to put more time on him. I'm just going to put more time on him here. It's not putting the max 50 hours on him, but I think those 15 hours are going to be more effective than a 20-hour soft sell on a pitch that has 2 bad grades. So, and I mean really bad grades. So, all right, we still got 30 hours left. Let's see if anyone in particular needs it. Gideon Walu from Madison, Alabama. We're barely behind Troy on him. So let's see if we can jump back into this one. All right, we don't have enough hours to set a visit, so we're just going to load up hours on him. Try to gain some influence. All right, we're going to simulate the game against Northern Illinois. See, again, it doesn't show the recruit progress. Alright, we did lose the game against Northern Illinois. We got Hawaii at home this week. Alright, so it looks like we got another commit from Jamie Malvo, our tight end target. That's good. We got a commit from J.C. Smith, an offensive tackle. And we didn't get locked out of anyone else, so that's good. Alright, let's evaluate our board. So we're still unopposed on Burton. Wake Forest is now jumping in on Noriega, so let's add some time so we can stay ahead of them. I don't think we need to schedule a visit. Let's see, so the pitch here is going to be, what is it? It's probably going to be that. I'm okay with that pitch. So we will just add time. I think with that pitch, assuming that we're not completely off on what the pitch should be, along with the 25 hours, I think we'll be able to stay ahead of Wake Forest. But if we see that they schedule a visit, we may schedule a visit if it's still available to us. Alright, so we're still battling with Akron here. We've got a pretty comfortable lead, but they did make some make more progress than we did last week. And they've still got a visit coming up with them. But there's not anything else that we can do, so we're just going to leave it and hope we stay ahead. Still unopposed on Westbrooks and Floyd. Very close to a commit from George Stocks. I think that we can remove the 25 off from him to spend elsewhere. Let's see, on Ivy, the sway has not worked yet. So we're just going to hold position. We may lose the lead this week or next week, but I'm hoping we'll be able to get it back once we get the sway to go through. Unopposed on Macklin. Let's see if we can add more hours onto Onwalu. Let's go ahead and get us a visit scheduled. We will have him bring his family with him. And we will go ahead and do a hard sell with Coach's favorite and add on another 10. Alright, we're unopposed on Klein and Dunbar and Song. We are behind on McAfee. Can we outpace Akron to make the cut to top 3? I'm not sure. We're not going to schedule a visit yet. We're going to see if we can beat out Akron to make the cut to top 3. We've got a decent pitch to him, so we're going to run that. with, hit the wrong one, with the 25 and hope that we can make the cut to McAfee's top 3. We do not have the 5 needed. Can I take the 5 off anywhere? The only place, and this may be a mistake, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the 5 off here so that we can try to get in on this guy for this top 3. Alright, let's simulate and see if we beat Hawaii at home. So it looks like we did win. Did we? Hold on. We did. We beat Hawaii at home, and that was our final regular season game. So let's look at recruiting, since it didn't tell us if we got any recruits or anything. Alright, so we got a commitment from Stocks. So we got a possession. Projects as a possession tight end. I'm going to be honest, I'm not putting him at tight end if he's a possession archetype. But in my experience, possession archetype athletes generally grade out as pretty decent linebackers and safeties. So that's what I was kind of banking on here. So let's evaluate our board. Still unopposed on Burton. We'll leave it as is. Noriega, we are staying ahead of Wake Forest. We are keeping our lead on Akron for Pan. Still unopposed on Westbrooks and Floyd. For Ivy, we surprisingly did not lose on Ivy. Does that mean... Okay, so that's because the sway worked. So that came in clutch. So let's give him the pitch and see if we can close Ivy out. Still unopposed on Macklin. Let's check on Walu. We're good on him. We're just going to keep running that, see if we can keep ahead of Troy. Klein, Dunbar, Song, all still unopposed. We did jump ahead of Akron for the cut to top 3, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to catch up with James Madison. I don't think we are. We should have scheduled a visit last week. At this point, it's too late. So, probably going to lose out on McAfee. It is what it is, though. So, now we can sync these hours into the ones that we are running unopposed on. Try to speed up their commitments. And reduce the chance of other teams being able to jump in late in the recruitment. Alright. So let's run the bye week. Bye week late in the season. That's interesting. Alright. Let's take a look at the board. Alright, so we did lose out on McAfee to JMU. We made a good last second push, but it wasn't enough. That's okay. So let's, again, just evaluate our board. We're unopposed on Burton. We're still ahead on Wake Forest on Noriega. Nothing else we can do there. We're close to a commitment on Pan. Nothing else we can do there. Still unopposed on both Westbrooks and Floyd. Now Wake Forest is taking over on Ivy. That's not good. Let's hope it was because of they had a visit and that we can take the lead back, because we don't have any other tricks to pull out. So if we can't outpace them with what we have, then we're going to lose out on Ivy. Still unopposed on Macklin. Almost to a commit for Onualu. Unopposed for Klein, Dunbar, and Song. And for Scipio, Fournette, and Small as well. So we're just going to add time to try to close these guys out. Convert this one to 25 hours. Same here. Do that here. And we'll go up to the top and we'll just add that extra 5. So now we're just trying to close the deal on the ones that are still on our board. Advance the week. Alright, so see now it's showing the pop-ups. It doesn't show these through the regular season for some reason now. So we did get Pan. That's good because we were constantly going back and forth with him. So I think Wake Forest. Gideon Onualu, we got him. We have not lost out on Ivy yet, so we'll take a look and see where that race is at. Or we won't. Alright, let me look at my staff. So, I know I'm going to be I'm a recruiter. Let me look at my guys. So, he has the East Texas pipeline, which is a good pipeline. And his talents are going to be motivator, which is good, and tactician. I can't argue that. Murray is going tactician and recruiter. And he's got some of the second tier ones too. So yeah, I can't. You know what? I'm gonna rock with these guys. I'm gonna rock with these guys. They did actually pretty decent for me this season, so we'll rock with them. I think we definitely overachieved. Oh look, okay, so Michigan, my team Michigan is playing Oregon in the Big Ten Championship. Clemson and California are playing for the ACC Championship. Top 25 at the end of the season before the conference championship games. We got Texas at 11-1, Georgia at undefeated. Why is Georgia second behind Texas at 11-1? That doesn't make any sense. Kansas State 11-0. LSU 11-1, Alabama 10-2, Oregon 10-2, Michigan 9-3, Purdue 10-2, Oklahoma State 9-3, Clemson 9-3. Ohio State is 8-4. I am curious. I need to see something. So let's go look at Michigan's schedule. Okay, that is wild. Okay, wait a minute. So Michigan. So Michigan's schedule somehow got screwed up by me moving a team builder team from the Conference USA to the MAC. I don't understand that. Whatever though. So Michigan lost at Tulane to start the season. How? They beat FCS Midwest, of course. They then lost at home to USC 26-10. They win at home versus Minnesota. They win on the road at Washington. They win on the road at Illinois. They win at home versus Michigan State. They lose to Oregon 26-21. They beat Indiana 24-21. They beat Florida State at home, 30-26. So I guess the Florida State game replaced the Texas game. They beat Northwestern at home, 24-20. They beat Ohio State on the road in Columbus at 34-25. What is Ohio State's 4 losses? So we know one of them is Michigan. They lost to Iowa, 23-21. But they beat Oregon. They lost to Penn State, okay. But then they lost to Purdue. Wow. Okay. Simulation, my friends. Alright. Well, we didn't make our conference championship, so let's see if we get into a bowl game. Carson Beck, quarterback at Georgia, won the Heisman. It's kind of my pick to do that in real life. And we get matched up with the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Detroit Bowl. There's zero chance I'm playing or winning that game. They underachieved, we overachieved. But just so you guys can understand why I'm not even going to try to play that game, look at it. 69 overall, 88 overall. 69 offense, 87 offense. 70 defense, 90 defense. Not even trying it, guys. Sorry. That's a loss. We'll take the loss to my most hated rival. There is zero chance that the overachieving Nashville Vipers would beat the underachieving Ohio State Buckeyes in the Detroit Bowl. I didn't even know that the Detroit Bowl was a bowl, but okay. I'm not going to take another job. My rules at the start of this was that the only job that I would take to leave this school would be to go to Michigan as the head coach, and only after I have gotten the team either to a 5-star program or have won the national title with them. So, but just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what I got offered. Alright, so nobody hired away my coordinators yet. Early National Signing Day. What do we got? Top classes. I just want to see where I'm ranked on early National Signing Day and then compare it to National Signing Day. 33rd overall recruiting class with a 1-star school, the Nashville Vipers. That's a 69 overall. I would count that as a win. I would absolutely count that as a win. Okay, we can't spend any hours here. Just moving on. Oh, we did get Ivy. We got Ivy. Okay. Let's go. So we got Pan, we got Onwualu, we got Ivy. Okay. So we're still unopposed on Westbrooks, unopposed on Floyd, unopposed on Macklin, unopposed on Klein, unopposed on Dunbar, unopposed on Song, unopposed on Fournette, unopposed on Small, and only Northern Illinois has put any time in on Scipio. I'm okay with this. The only one that we could possibly lose out on is Scipio, and I moved him down to the bottom of the board because I don't really need him. I got my quarterback. He would be a second quarterback that and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't feel like investing time into him when I had other needs. So if he's the only one out of the remaining guys that I lose, I'm happy with that. Alright. I'm just going to sim this week. There's zero chance that I'm beating Ohio State. It's fine. I'll take a 7-6 season when I expected to go 1-12. So, or 1-11. But I am interested to see the box score. Mac. So Taj Coles, junior outside linebacker, did get MAC Defensive Player of the Week. Probably because we're the only ones that actually played during this week. Scooter Page got the Offensive Player of the Week for the MAC. He had 5 receptions, 55 yards, 3 touchdowns. Okay, so hey, if one guy got 3 touchdowns, then at least you know we did not just shit the bed on that game. So let's look. $55 to 24. Okay. You know what? The fact that we put up 24 points against the Ohio State Buckeyes defense as a 69 overall team, that's okay. So we had 12 first downs to their 19. We had 308 total offensive yards to their 468. We had 20 rushes for 44 yards and 0 touchdowns, so they shut down our run game pretty significantly, whereas they had 31 rushes for 164 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yards per rush, I had 2.2 yards per rush, so yeah, they shut that down. They had 5.29 yards per rush. On passing, they went 17 of 20 for 4 touchdowns. We went 21 of 31 for 3 touchdowns. So all 3 of our touchdowns were scored by the same receiver. All right. Yards per pass, 7.48 for us, 14.5 for them. We had 232 passing yards. They had 290. We had a 50% third down conversion rate. They had a 71%. We were 0-2 on fourth down conversions. Red zone efficiency, we went 3 touchdowns, 1 field goal. They went 3 touchdowns, 1 field goal. We had 2 turnovers. We had 1 fumble lost, 1 interception. No, we got an interception. Wait a minute. No. So we got an interception. And wait, so they won the turnover battle. I'm confused by this. Because this, okay, maybe we got intercepted. Let's look. Okay, player stats. Ty Olson had 1 interception. Okay, 3 touchdowns, long of 27. Okay, rushing. None of our guys did very good. Okay, receiving yards. So Scooter Page coming back next year. He's a sophomore. He'll be a junior next year. He's a potential star, potential breakout. How many sacks did we give up? Franklin gave up 4 sacks. Williams gave up 1 sack. Okay. Defense, we had 6 tackles for loss. 2 of them were sacks by Taj Coles. We had 0 interceptions. Okay. We had only 1 deflection from Nico Solomon, free safety. Okay. And our kicker made 3 out of 3 extra points and 1 out of 1 field goal. So kicker did decent. All right. I'm not upset with that performance against the preseason projected #1 pick or #1 team in the country. Alright, let's see. Just curiosity. We get offered the head coaching position at Bowling Green, the head coaching position at Memphis. I wonder, literally every year, every time I do a small school, I get offered the Memphis job in year 1. Every year. I don't get it. Every year, the Memphis job. Old Dominion head coach, Georgia Southern head coach. Okay. Alright, making sure that they didn't hire away my staff. sim. Get to the end of the bowl season. All right, we got a commitment from Kevin Floyd. That's good. Staff is still safe. Yep. Let's double check. Staff is still safe. Yep. Alright, so my boys, Michigan Wolverines, are facing off against Texas in the national championship. Gotta love it. Let's sim and see if they can come away with the win. Alright, so somehow my coach prestige went down. Not sure how that happened. And Michigan wins the national championship back-to-back years. Who the fuck is Gavin Holmes? Hold up. Who the fuck is Gavin Holmes? There is not a player on Michigan's team named Gavin Holmes. Did the game mess up and mention a Texas player? Ah, okay. So it just messed up. Gavin Holmes had a standout season, or standout game, but Michigan won the game. Okay. Yeah, they just... You know what? I'm willing to bet they meant to put Will Johnson, and it just put Gavin Holmes for whatever reason. Viewers set a single season passing yards record for Texas. Wait, it says... Hold on. Hold on. So who won the national championship? So Michigan won the national championship. I'm confused. Okay. Go blue. Alright, let's see how many players I have leaving. A 69... Guys, you're 72 down to 59. Where the fuck do you think you're transferring to? But, whatever. Sure. Bye. I started you over the senior. And you're... Okay, whatever. We'll try to persuade him to come back. Failed on Strickland. Success with Harper. Failed with Weeks. Success with DePaul. Success with Barlow. And I only had 5 attempts, so I couldn't even try for McCrary. Alright. We didn't have anybody drafted, I already know. How did we get... Okay. Alright, so we're still unopposed on Westbrooks, Macklin, Klein, Dunbar, Song, Fournette, and Small. And we're still heavy leading on Scipio. Let's look at the transfer portal. Alright. Oh, are there any 3-stars? There are. So we got a strong safety out of East Carolina, Aiden Duncanson, that wants to come here. We got running back Josh McCray from Illinois. QB Roquan Barber. Okay, we got 3 different QBs that want to come here. Emory Williams from Miami is the highest rated of them. He has mobile resistance. They're all sophomores. You know what, we'll just add all 3. Why not? Although, because we don't really need all 3, that's why not. Go after Barron Hobson. Go after Everett Rasaw Jr. Hall. This guy's even better, so we're gonna take the other one off. He's a junior, but if I can get a junior and a sophomore with the freshmen I got coming in, and DePauli being a senior, that'll set me up a little bit better. I'm really surprised that there's so many interested in me. I've had times where I've come in here to the transfer portal and gotten next to no interest from people. Oh, so Macklin doesn't... Oh, come on, dude. So he got upset because we put cornerbacks on our board. So stupid. Okay, so I gotta put two people that are not corners on the board now. So dumb. Are there any other corners on the board? Because that corner is really good. Let's see. 186. So I'm gonna take Latimer off and go put that other guy on. And let's make sure that doesn't piss Macklin off, because I added a better wide receiver. Or a better corner. Okay. Two non-corners. All right. Sorted by national rank. Just setting up and adding a baseline of 5 hours to each guy. So I'm going to go through and see if I'm going to schedule any visits. Visits are very important in the transfer portal. So we'll schedule 4. You can only do 4 per week. And these guys that I've already been recruiting, I don't really need to schedule the visits because I'm running unopposed on them. But since none of the new guys from the transfer portal are ready for a visit yet, I might as well use the 4 that I can get for this week. So proximity to home. Go, I guess, championship contender with him because he doesn't have another good one. Proximity to home. Should be all I can do for this week. Yep, so I'll wait for the next week's for the other guys. Alright, so we got that set. Let's advance 1 week, see what happens. Alright, we got a commitment from Macklin. Alright, now we're getting a little bit of competition on some of these guys. Alright, I'm not liking this, so let's take a look at this. So so we'll leave that there. Klein. I'm not sure I even care about losing Scipio, to be honest. Because he's not going to be worse. I'd rather try to get these other quarterbacks. So I'm just going to... I'm not going to remove him from the board. I'm just not going to put anything more than the 5 on him. And if NIU is able to take him, they can have him. Alright. It's gonna be more of a fight than I had hoped for some of these. I got Klein, got Dunbar. Lost out on Hobson though, that sucks. He committed to Duke. Really? To Duke? Come on, man. Duke? Damn, come on. Yet. We're still in the lead, but I need that shit to work. Not the best pitch, but it's what we got to work with, so. Well, okay. How did that happen? Alright then. Not sure how that changed, but okay. Not sure there's anything else I can do except keep pushing on Daniels. Gaining on Washington. See if I can figure out a pitch, if there's any that are decent for us. That's not great, but we'll go with it. Nothing else to do here. Do we need it? No, I'm not sure we need to schedule one there. Might need to schedule one here though. And the pitch worked. Maybe we'll schedule it. I'm not sure if we have the means to do that right now. need to schedule this one, otherwise we're not getting him. We got Duncanson, we got Emory Williams, which very well could be our starter this year at quarterback. But we lost out on a bunch of guys there. Alright, let's see what our final tally is. We lost out on Ashton Daniels, lost out on Marcus Washington, lost out on London Hall, lost out on Everett Rousseau Jr. So we ended up with 28 commitments. Look at my guys, Michigan, winning the recruiting battle too. Alright, so I did fall some spots on the national class, top classes. 28 commits, 28 3-stars, 175-95, so tied for 40th. I'll take that. I'll take that as a win. Because now let's look at how many of these new, fresh, incoming players, these 28 players, are going to be starters. So, yep, Emory Williams comes in. He's going to be our starter. That means I'm going to redshirt Ramsey, redshirt Scipio. Last year's starter, DePaul. Yep. Alright, halfback, we got Quentin Wisner, Contrivian Wisner. Is he a transfer? I bet he was a transfer. Let's see, hold on. Let's go look at our recruits' names. Alright, so at quarterback, I recruited Daryl Ramsey, Fetu Scipio, and Emory Williams. At running back, I recruited David Cole, an athlete, and Quintrevion Wisner, a receiving back. He transferred in. At wide receiver, I got Glenn McCluster, Ronnie Burton, Hashim Noriega, and Josh Song. At tight end, I got vertical threat, and this guy probably will not be a tight end. Jamie Malvo. And the athlete is George Stocks. Offensive tackle, I got J.C. Smith, pass protector. I did not get any offensive guards. I did get Kevin Floyd, a center. Bobby Hester, speed rusher, defensive end. Defensive tackle, I got Keenan Izian and Zach Small. Outside linebacker, I got Morgan Ivey, a JUCO transfer. Middle linebacker, I got projected middle linebacker Jamarian Pan and Jelani Westbrooks. Cornerback, I got Gideon Anualu, Isaiah Macklin, Larry Klein, and Xavier Scott. Free safety, I got Damon Fournette. Strong safety, I got Ezekiel Durant, Braden Dunbar, Aiden Duncanson. And then I got Franklin Kroom to be my punter in training. Alright, so let's go look at position changes. What up, bro? How you doing? Let's see. Alright, so yeah, so the transfer quarterback Emory Williams is gonna Unless Deppel gains a lot in off-season training. We got Emory Williams. Looks like he's going to be the projected starter at quarterback. Halfback transfer Quintrevion Wisner is looking like the projected starter over the incumbent Keontae Tyson, but again, off-season training could change that. Fullback, it's a senior. I actually need to move one of these tight ends, one of these blocking tight ends to fullback. Let's see. Bentley is a freshman redshirt blocking tight end, so I will move him to fullback. Let's see. At wide receiver, Javion Foreman. He did good for me last season. Scooter Page was one of the breakout guys. I hope he develops decently. Peaks. Okay, so here's where my freshmen start. So I'm not gonna start any of them this season. They will all get redshirted. Alright, let's see. I think I had an all pass protection line before, so there's not a whole lot of moving around I need to do here. So yeah, not a lot of changes on the offensive line. I did get the one freshman tackle. I think he's on the right tackle side. Yep, so J.C. Smith, but we will redshirt him. And then I had the one guard, which would be, or no, the center, which was Kevin Floyd, and we will redshirt him as well. Defensive end. I've got the one defensive end, Bobby Hester, instantly going to be the starter as freshman year. I had the two defensive tackles, and they're going to be the starters immediately, Small and Itzian. Outside linebacker. Let's see. We had the one, it was Ivy, he's a JUCO transfer, and he's instantly going to be the starter. It looks like, at least. Middle linebacker, Bubba Van Claiborne was one of our only decent players from last season. He's back as the starter. With Jelani Westbrook's probably going to get redshirted this year. Cornerback, we got a couple guys coming in. Xavier Scott. Noah Collins Jr. Let's see. So I think Scott or Collins Jr., one of the two was the transfer from Kentucky. So we'll redshirt our three freshmen there. Free safety, Fournette will get redshirted. And let's see, Ezekiel Durant, Braden Dunbar. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Strong safety. So Aiden Duncanson was the transfer we brought in from Coastal Carolina. Quincy Blue was the incumbent. Durant Dunbar were the freshmen that I recruited. And then we'll redshirt the freshman punter right there. Alright. Oh, I guess I need to change the positions of the athletes. Alright. So George Stocks projects as a possession tight end. Now maybe I'll put him at tight end, but I usually put these guys somewhere else. He would be a run stopper DT. He'd be a run support safety. I'm thinking I might put him at safety. What's his speed? Never mind, his speed is too slow for safety. His speed is too slow for tight end. I'm thinking the only place I can really put him is D tackle or middle linebacker. I'll put him at middle linebacker. Let's see. So we got David Cole, projected as an elusive back. Has decent speed, especially for this rating. So now he could be a speed rusher on defensive end or left end. He's actually not great at running back according to this. So let me put him at defensive end. I'll put him on the left side, defensive end. And then Jamarian Pan, projected as a run stopper. Could be a speed rusher at defensive end as well. Could be a zone safety. A zone safety, huh? What's his speed? '85, '89. A little slower than I want as safety. Where would I put him? Let me go look at the safety freshman safeties that I recruited. If I can move any of them to corner. The only one I could move to corner would be Fournette. How does his speed compare to my current corners? But I've got a bunch of corners. Could I move Fournette down to... I could move him to a pass coverage linebacker. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to move him to a pass coverage linebacker. And then I'm going to move Pan to free safety. Alright. Now let's see what happens with off-season training. Alright, well my overall for the team went up to 76, so that's pretty good. Alright, so DePaul went up to 71. He didn't really go up at all. Tyson's a 77. So so a lot of these didn't go up. Okay, tight ends went up. Offensive line went up slightly. Defensive ends, defensive line went up. Linebackers went up a little bit. Some of the DBs went up. Okay. Alright, let's encourage some transfers. Okay, at quarterback, so we got Emory Williams is going to be the starter. So Deppel is not going to be starting at all. He will be the backup. And so in my opinion, I'm going to tell him to transfer. He was going to try to transfer anyway, so he can fuck off. I'm going to have Jarvis transfer because he is a sophomore and he is a 64 overall. Okay. For running back, Tyson. Okay, so Tyson did outpace Wisner. That's fine. For one more year, he can be the starter. His acceleration did go up, so I'm okay with that. I think I'm going to have Buford transfer. He's a senior. And he's 5th on the depth chart. So we're going to have him transfer. We're going to have Tavion Grant transfer. Alright, wide receivers. Let's see. Okay, so we got senior. So our starters are going to be those guys. Song, McCluster, and Noriega will redshirt. After this season, these two are gone, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can just have both of these leave. In fact, we can have all 3 of these leave. No, we can't, because we need one this year. So Varner, bye. Bell, bye. Tight end, it won't let me make any leave. Okay. Let me see, hold on. So left tackle, don't have room. I might as well just have this junior transfer because the redshirt freshman is almost as good and I can't redshirt the freshman, so we're gonna have Paulding transfer. We're gonna have Barlow transfer. Gonna have Kramer transfer. Alright, defensive ends. So he's my speed rusher of the future. He's my starter this year. So I can have this guy transfer. And Forsyth transfer. D tackles. Okay, so it looks like Itzian will get redshirted. I probably am going to redshirt Small as well. Let these two start this season. So I can have Samuels transfer. On the right side, Garland is going to be the starter again. So I'll redshirt Hester. I can have Barry transfer. And then, so Coles will be the starter here. Harper already doesn't like my playing style, so he can fuck off. Ornette will be redshirted. Laney. Let's see. Okay, so Stocks and Westbrook are gonna redshirt. Alright, here we've got, yeah, I'll have blanks, fuck off. Alright. Alright, so that was the first season as the Nashville Vipers. I'll do one more season. So let's hit the red shirts. Okay, I'm going to redshirt any underclassman that is not a starter. So Ramsey's going to redshirt. Scipio's going to redshirt. All 4 of my freshman wide receivers are going to redshirt. I need to create depth here because I've got 4 upperclassmen. So I'm going to redshirt Malvo, even though he's my second best tight end and would get some playing time this year. I'm going to redshirt Floyd. Redshirt Smith. I'll redshirt Cole. Redshirt Hester. We'll redshirt both Small and Itzian. Now the reason I'm doing this is because Bloom and Skates are only 1 point behind Small. And again, for depth reasons and one more season of development for Small, I just think it'll be better. Outside linebacker, Coles will be the starter, so I will redshirt Fournette. I'm going to redshirt both of my freshmen at middle linebacker. I'm going to redshirt Ivy since he's not going to be the instant starter. I know he's a junior, but we'll get an extra year of depth out of him, and maybe he'll take over starter next year. At corner, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are our starters. So I'm going to redshirt these 3. I could even potentially redshirt some of these guys. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could actually redshirt all 3 of these. They won't like it, but they can deal with it. I'm going to redshirt both Haynes and Pan. I'm going to redshirt Durant and Dunbar and Kroom. Reorder a depth chart. Where did Emory Williams come from again? It was a decently big school. Emory Williams, football player. Yeah, Miami. Okay, he came from the Miami Hurricanes. Alright, I'm going to do a custom schedule. I'm going to give myself easy opponents. Sorry, I'm a 78 overall team. Deal with it. I'm not playing Texas first game of the second week of the season as a 78 overall team when they were just in the national championship. Alright, let's see. What's the easy team that I can play? Looks like Old Dominion. Looks like we're going to be playing against Kennesaw State in week 6. Week 5. We'll hit the New Mexico Lobos. And for week 4, Coastal Carolina. What did I mess up? Am I forgetting the team? No. I'm not forgetting a team, so what did I do? This is gonna be one of those years where it glitches on me and won't let me fucking change shit. Do it one at a time. Okay, so is it just the FCS team that I'm not allowed to change? Or is it that I can't change the weeks? Okay, apparently I can't make any changes to the schedule this season. Well, that fucking sucks. I don't know why it does this. Just another bug that they haven't fucking fixed. Alright, let's see what we got here. Doesn't look like a great recruiting class. Alright, we got an athlete scrambler that we can recruit. We got a power back. I prefer not, but I guess we don't have a choice. Why are there so many fewer 3-stars than there was last season? That's nuts. That's fortunate. I need a full, I'm sorry, a kicker? I forget. I don't think so. No, I don't. I bet this kicker would be better than the kicker that I've got currently. Be right back. I need to jump off the mic for a second. Sorry about that, guys. Had to take that phone call. So I'm just finishing up reordering my draft board. Got a lot of offensive linemen here on the board this time, so I'm gonna space them out a little bit, so I'm not just focusing offensive linemen for the entire first half of the year. Alright. Doubt we get any instant commits this time. But I'm actually going to call it after this, guys. I thought I would go ahead and do another season tonight, but I'm starting to get a little tired, and if I start it, I'm going to want to finish it, and I should probably just get to bed, and I got something I got to do in the morning before I can hop on tomorrow, so I'm going to finish the scouting right here, and then I'm going to probably head to bed. Now the kicker is the only one that if it comes back a bust, I'm going to remove it off the board. I should have done this before I offered him a scholarship. But, okay, so we'll keep him on the board. Alright, so Shade is a bust. Isaac. So is Patasi. Adianju is a gem, though. Jew is a bust. Alright, that's the time that I got. So I'm going to call it here. I will pick up with another stream tomorrow sometime and pick up season 2. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good night.